Hello, this is your disabled combat veteran after 9/11, Michael Commiso, and the battle buddies online. Well, hey, everybody's like making videos on the internet 24 hours a day. So I figured it's okay. And I think I am like, I'm an American man. And I'm proud to be that. And I feel like as an American, I should speak up and allow people hear my voice as an American. And that's how things get done in America. You know, the reason why everybody, well, should be chilling in America by now and all around the world and everything is because we figure out by now that we're all human beings on the planet Earth. You know, I don't know how much of an expert you have to be a human being on planet Earth as an American man. And I just make YouTube videos to make people laugh. I feel like I have a cool personality to myself as an American man. And I like making people laugh. I was a shy, quiet kid in school. People came up to me in school and talked to me. So I apologize if I can't remember every name in the world. Somebody talked to me in the world. I'm going to be 40 next month. Does anybody care that I'm going to be 40 next month? I saw Wild Hogs. Did you ever see the movie Wild Hogs? Well, I felt like I needed a vacation back home from everybody. Because I cannot understand the hate towards Michael Commiso. Because I really don't it's just me and my kitty cat, and I feel like I've been hanging with my dad most of the time back home. So I don't understand the conflict of, as you're a disabled combat veteran after Michael Commiso and his battle buddy. So it's like, I was just a teenager when I joined the military, and I apologize if I don't have a perfect public speaking behavior that you all came up with online. But I feel like, hey, I say some cool things sometimes on YouTube, and it's not out of hate. I just feel like I am doing my best back home as a veteran, where, man, I highly doubt it's that American television. I guess when I was a child, like Michael Commiso on the internet, I wasn't worried about what everybody else was worried about in the classroom as a child or in school. Or I didn't even understand the adults when I was a child. Well, I understand. I passed the grade. I understood adults as a child, but you know what I mean. I'm 40 next month, and I'm apparently called an adult online. And I don't know what that means, because I'm still that 19-year-old teenager that joined the military online, and I didn't even know if I would have made it in the military, and I still somehow I made it through the military. And I understood military. It was just, I just felt like, they had something. You know, being American, I feel like as an American, I have to take shit from everybody because I'm an American. And I'm like, I'm an American. American country is a really cool country. So I apologize if I don't understand our news in America and the conflict on American television, because America is supposed to be the coolest country to live in as an American. So eventually, down in the future on the internet, Americans will have to trust the law on the internet and everything. You know, it's not the law's job to go out of the way and not trust somebody on the internet. The law is supposed to be there to protect us. And I'm like the coolest guy on the internet after 9/11 attack in New York City. I'm living through history as a veteran on the internet. And it's cool that I got to get my pictures back from the military and serving my country, because it brings back memories, and it feels good to make YouTube videos as to I don't get to hang with my family all the time. And if I have, there's friends out there somewhere. So, two, I have to, it's hard to explain life to people because you don't allow people to live their own lives nowadays on the internet. So traveling around the world and serving my country is something I did really cool back home as an American. I'm going to read some more from the note. I'm going to start where I thought I ended when I get to the note. But I feel like I'm just a simple man, American man, and simple things makes me happy. And that's why I don't understand the conflict in the world. I don't understand why there's violence and crime and people fighting over anything in the world. Because we all should have went to college and learned we're all human beings on planet Earth by now. So I highly doubt that we can't have some kind of understanding of we're human beings on planet Earth. So I got feelings. I feel as a veteran, we're veterans. We're supposed to be tough veterans. So we can take anything from anybody because we're tough veterans. And I'm like, I'm just a human being on planet Earth. And hopefully we all still look at each other as human beings on the internet, as they claim there's robots on the internet nowadays. So our law in America should be something simple to follow, where, holy crap, I highly doubt there's violence on every street in the world you all can't solve the conflict on one of the streets in the world. But don't you all rather play video games and see boobies online in the world? And Joe, that's how I see the internet in the future. Everybody's playing video games and seeing boobies on the internet in the future. So sometimes I feel like, maybe people trying to help you back home as a veteran. But sometimes I feel like, holy crap, I'm going to be 40. At the time my family and friends actually hang with me back home and party with me, I'm going to be 80. And I'm going to be in my home because I'm undeployable as a disabled combat veteran. And I'll be playing chess with the kitty cat in my home and my 80-year-old man because as a veteran back home. And somehow the kitty cat will beat me in chess as an 80-year-old veteran back home. Maybe because I was just trying to be nice with the kitty cat. And I understand it's hard for a kitty cat to play chess, as it's hard to play chess as a human being, and it's just a game. We take everything and make it so complicated and serious. We're like messing up the internet with all that serious crap. Where I feel like, well, I pay for the internet. I pay for a service, right? I'm the customer that uses the internet. So if there's advertisement and you can't decide what's good advertisement or bad advertisement as a site on the internet, how's that my fault? Because when I use the internet, I try to feel I really am an artist. I don't know if you can tell. If they only allow me to do, if I go to college and somehow only do art, I could get A's and B's in all my art classes, and that I will listen what the teachers say to do, how to do the art. But I pick up pretty fast in art. So, seems to me everybody's in each other's business on the internet 24 hours a day. You know, there's a difference between giving opinions on how to raise your family and everything, or how to be, I don't know. I had an idea. Hey, all the cool rappers and celebrities and famous people in the world, I have an idea as a disabled combat veteran after 9/11 for a TV show, you know. Cool people teach how non-cool people to be cool at the party. Then there'll be no conflict. But then you try to overcool each other at the party, and then the party's messed up. So my idea of a show, you know, if you feel like a nerd at the party, Eminem and Snoop Dogg can pimp yourself as a person. We give you a card. If you don't have a car, and we're going to pimp your ride when you go to the club, and it can be any age. Maybe a senior at high school, maybe 18-year-old senior trying to impress his friends at the prom, and Eminem comes to your school, and Snoop Dogg, or whoever wanted to help people get cool on the show. It could be every celebrity, you know. If a celebrity and famous people know how to be cool at the party, well, some people really don't have that skill. So the idea of the show is, I don't have the name yet, how cool people somehow cheats uncool people how to party. And that might be too long of a title. But that's show. We need shows like that. You know, it's not like it seems you have to. I felt like I was an athlete. I felt like I could do every sport in gym. I got small hands, so maybe I had trouble catching the football. But I was on the cross country team in high school. So that's another thing. When I was on the wrestling team, I ran freaking miles before I did the tournament in the wrestling. So, time I got to the tournament and the wrestling match, I was super tired because I did I don't think people know Commiso, I guess I would. And I did cross country. At Fisher School, I was on the track team and on the wrestling team, and I had a lot of, I guess when you're a kid, you got a lot of energy. So a kid is capable of doing track and wrestling at the same time. But as a teenager, apparently there's hormones that teenagers go through in high school. So apparently Commiso went through some type of hormones on the wrestling team, as I was blind as a bat on the wrestling mat. I had really bad eyes. The military, I had LASIK surgery at Fort Bragg on the internet, and sometimes my eyes feels blurry, but my eyes can be just dry. But they also said down the line you might have reading glasses. You could get the LASIK surgery again, but I probably only trust Fort Bragg to do it. That's how tight I was in the military. So sometimes I feel like the reason why the other soldiers was upset with me, because I didn't stay in the military. But I feel like, I don't know if I would have handled the pressure of being an NCO or a sergeant in the military. So I didn't mind staying a specialist my whole life in the military. That's called a sham shield. And I'm like, what's that? Sham shield in the military? Because I was tired. I just got done basic training. And then you sent me to my first duty station. I got to travel a little bit. And then you sent me off to war as a soldier. So I really didn't have that much time to hang with every battle buddy in the military. Or do like every, I would like to have as a veteran back home too. I would like to get a new passport, and I miss traveling so much. It's just like, it's like a take a breath. That's what's wrong with the world. People forget what it means to understand each other's cultures and countries and just chill and go to the clubs and party with each other in the world. Because that's what we do. We're tourists. We are taught to travel around the world in schools. Some kids only get to read a book that Christopher Columbus discovered America, and there's other people that travel the world too back in the day. But I kind of understand the Indiana Jones movie. The one with the alien one, Indiana Jones, the skull, the crystal skull. Harrison Ford, or Indiana Jones, in the movie said, you have to get out of the library to actually learn whatever Indiana Jones does. And that's kind of pretty much everything you learn in school. You gotta eventually every kid has to get out of the library on the internet. And it isn't that hard. It's like, holy crap. When you play like PlayStation and video games, right now I'm playing Uncharted. I already beat this game in PlayStation 4. And I heard the next game, they're going to have zombies. There's too many zombies in the movies. There's too many zombies in video games. As technology advances, the quality of movies and video games is not going in that direction. I feel like the graphics is sending us, people want to play a cool video game. They don't want to, I can't explain it. As I was an outside kid, but I also played PlayStation on the first PlayStation and everything. So I beat Metal Gear Solid on the first PlayStation, and they remade the 3 video games of Metal Gear Solid on PlayStation 5. I got that video game. And then I beat Tomb Raider. I think it was probably the first one. Because I was a 90s kid. So time I got PlayStation, I was like a teenager. And I don't know. I had to make sure I graduated high school, I guess. Being on the wrestling team, that was hard because wrestling is a good sport, but it's also a really tough sport. If you really want to be a wrestler, you got to remember it's a tough sport, and not every wrestler is easy to wrestle. I was taught that you're in high school. I felt like I had every hard wrestler in every school, and everybody had to rely on me on the wrestling team was Commiso. And I was like, I'm tired, team, wrestling team. You know, I'm trying my best. You know, I was just a shy, quiet kid in school, so me with goofy glasses on the wrestling team, you know, only a few people hang with me after high school. We didn't do much. We just chilled on the street. So I was always in school. I was always doing a school activity, either on the wrestling team or the field trip, and whatever the heck they were doing in high school. So when the teacher gives you the test, and you're like, oh crap. But you know, I think every student, when a teacher gives you a test, he was like, it's okay. You know, I was up all night trying to read the whole textbook. I read the whole textbook. I try to figure out what the teacher will ask you in the test. Because I do, like, I scan the textbook or whatever book they tell you to read at school. They say, here, they give you a book and they say, read it. And I'm like, yeah, they do lessons in school, but sometimes they're not focusing enough in classroom on the lessons. So I'm doing homework because I really try to figure out how to get an A to get out of school. No, I didn't hate school. It was cool that students came up to me as the shy kid in school and talked to me in school. I got along with, I was like the nice kid in school, so I didn't have, you know, the sideburns as Elvis walking around getting the ladies in the schools. I was the guy with the glasses, and apparently nobody really knew how to dress like me, so in high school, I didn't really hang with all the cool kids in high school. So I was just chilling, whoever chilled with Commiso in the world. And so I apologize if I don't understand some kind of rule and some kind of fun party. But, you know, I'm trying my best on top of, you're lucky that you got this much words out of Commiso. If you ask my family, I was a shy kid. Maybe my family thought maybe I was mentally challenged. But I was a child because I hardly talked to anybody, and I understand people, but I'm not sure I understand people. So, I'm not sure if everything that comes out of my mouth is correct, but and it's top fucking perfect on the internet as everybody called each other's names online 24 hours a day. So, I didn't know what people thought of me in school, so I figured, well, I was the goofy guy on the wrestling team, and I didn't actually grow up to be a giant as a teenager. I got the short genes in my family, and I'm only like 5-something on the wrestling team. And I felt like every big guy wanted to prove something on every team that I went on. And sometimes even on the wrestling team, I felt some of the big guys wanted to prove something. That's gonna be something. So that's my whole life. I always feel like I had the hardest wrestler in my whole life, even serving my country all around the world. And you all trying to beat me up, and I'm like the good guy in school. How can we live in a world when you go and somehow, I don't know, what's that hate word mean on the street? So I don't know what the hell I'm doing most of my time in my life, but I'm going to be 40 next month, and I felt like I did a lot of cool things in my lifetime. And no matter how hard you try to become haters on your veterans back home, Michael Commiso flew all around the world, and I got to see different types of countries all around the world while serving the United States of America. And I don't even know if I'm saying that right. You all have these like green screen edit the internet, but the internet's still there. And I'm like, I'm just trying to be an American man, an American land. So when I'm in classrooms, I focus on whatever I'm learning in the classroom because I had difficulty talking to students in the classroom. So I kept my mind into the book and try to figure out what this book was writing about in school. Well, I paid attention to the teachers. I think a lot of teachers like me in school. Even my coaches liked me on the wrestling team. And I did pretty good on the I ran pretty fast on cross country in high school. And then when I was at Fort Bragg, they had a marathon. There was a 10-mile marathon for cancer. So I just ran the 10 miles to get out of PT. I was bored in PT. We kept doing the same thing at PT, and I got bored. And I said, I run the 10 miles for the camp. And I forgot to put the ankle brace thing that, so I figure if I run this thing super fast, I could get back to the barracks and take a shower and eat breakfast and make whatever hell they told me where to go in the military. So I ran super fast. I almost passed out because there was people passing me, and I was upset. I said, you know, I get by easy passing me. I felt like I was running super fast in the 10 mile. So I sat. They said not to sit down when you run that fast in the 10 mile. I just wanted to get done, so I get to the barracks to take a shower and make breakfast. I feel like when I was in the military, as long as I can make time for myself in the military, like take a shower or eat breakfast, then I was good. So I ran the 10 miles super. I don't know if I can do it now. I'm 200 and something. And I felt like I had a good score on there, but I didn't have the ankle thing. So that's the person that I am. And so hey, so if the whole world is okay, then billions of the whole world is naked 24 hours a day online. But for some reason, as an American hero back home, get screwed. This is called being played back home. No disrespect. This is kind of bullshit. And it, anyway, kind of just look like haters as your American heroes back home. Or just on Commiso. This is mean back home. It just feels like you all just trying to block me from the celebrities on the holidays. So you all put me in here on the holidays as your American hero back home. See, all people do online is block each other from women. Only take and get mad at each other. So imagine veterans back home. So it feels like this was planned how the world works online nowadays. As also feels like everyone back home dropped all their responsibility just to throw it on your veterans back home, to just get mad at them, then be extra sensitive to just get your veterans upset on purpose. You know what I was thinking? No one has to do anything to make me feel like I am not an American hero back home. I feel like nobody has to do anything to make me feel like American hero, because I might be dyslexic. I think the reason why, maybe the teachers didn't understood Commiso in school, as I didn't understood my lack of not learning as fast as every other student or special education classes. There's a chance that I could be a little bit dyslexic. Because maybe, I don't know, maybe I read it on the internet. I understand. I think when you go to college, you can't get every information from the internet. Not every information's on the internet. As to, feels like sometimes people go out of the way to mess up the information on the internet. So I think when you go to college, they're going to give you a book or allow you to say, hey, go to the library and look up this name at the book, and or whatever, how hard it is to go to the library in college. So I think sometimes I'm dyslexic because I know what I said in my mind, but sometimes it's not exactly what I wrote on the paper. As to when I read, I'm like, I don't know. And I think one thing as an American citizen, and on top of being an American veteran, it's unfair for the law to mislead you. And that means, like, if the law is like a higher rank in the military, it's not our fault that you can't give all the information and to mislead us. Like, if I was a sergeant, I would have to try to train my soldiers the right way so they won't get in trouble in the military again. It's like, but that's not how it works as the law. Just to hack your computer to get you in trouble nowadays. And that's not how I am as a friend in school. And I felt like, I don't know. My name is Michael Commiso, and I was, I felt like people knew me in school, but I also felt like I didn't know what the heck everybody was talking in school, and I was just like doing my own thing. I feel like every school that I went to around here, I'm still in my hometown. I grew up around here. This is my hometown, New Jersey. I'm a New Jersey, and I grew up around here. And I just felt like I was doing my own thing in the classroom because I didn't feel like I was cool enough to do that, or cool enough to do this, or cool enough. So I just got A's and B's, and some classes was hard in school. I felt, oh yeah, what I was trying to say is, I think I read somewhere, if you're dyslexic, sometimes you can have a speech impediment. Maybe the reason why I got speech impediment is I could be dyslexic a little bit. That means I see the words backwards on the book. So when the word's over here, somehow Commiso sees the word over here in the sentence, and it's harder for me to explain the book as I have speech impediment, and I don't know. And I would just like to say, because Commiso is an American hero, and only I maybe has to believe in that. So far back home from war, super sucks back home online. I cannot believe I'm still in here. I don't belong in it. I help everyone out for everyone just to sit and watch me. It's like everyone can get upset, mad at you as veterans. But if we as veterans have just a little type of a feeling, oh boy, I better not let anyone see this notebook. Everyone be like, what are you doing, veteran? And have a nervous breakdown, and oh boy, here they all come, and it is not to party, but to just to stare at you. And that's why veterans are the way, and I believe, like, because that's why I think I'm dyslexic. Whatever I wrote sound good in my head. Why veteran? Why? And I be like, because I am a human being. Here's the definition of bullying. You know, it's unfair that the law is allowed to bully people, and no disrespect to American law. But there's a definition for bullying. Bullying, acts or written or spoken words intended to imitate or harass a person or to cause physical harm to a person or his or her property. See also cyberbullying, the stuttery language used to describe constant bullying differs from state to state. We're Americans, and I understand there's different jurisdictions, or I can't say it. We're all states in America, though. I feel like every law should be updated to our people, Americans' rights, as I feel we're Americans. And if the law is allowed to use the law not to get in trouble on the internet, then how hard is it to teach other people not to get in trouble, where you guys just sit there and watch people like crazy people as the law? You actually sit there and wait for I click on something on the internet just to get mad at me as a veteran back home. And that's not how the law works. The whole purpose in having law is so nobody breaks the law and everybody's chilling in America and all around the world, where I feel like I highly doubt everybody's around the world trying to break every law in the book. So you actually hacked my life, and I'm getting put through this because you assume the worst at each other as people in the world in the first place. So I really understood the class. I understood the classroom as to friends and teachers and schoolwork, to where you know, there's more good in this world than there's hate, and there's enough people for everybody to say, what are you doing? And where you actually believe everybody wants to watch real life on the internet. Feels like you're trying to say, no matter how much education you get in school, real life will always screw you over, where you got family and friends and you know, human beings on planet Earth. So it sucks that it's like, wow, that's all people do is point out all the mistakes, and then you get mad at each other as people on the internet. So it's hard to understand the law. Not everybody took the law classes, as I didn't get a chance to go to college yet. So it sucks that, since we know more about information of the law as the law, we allowed to bully you and mock you and call you names, and wow, they're going to put something else on television again. So maybe that's the reason why I made my YouTube as a veteran. We all going to somehow get put on television on the internet. And sometimes I feel people mistake each other the wrong way, as you observe each other as you're just a human being on the internet. So it sucks that as a customer that pays for the internet, we put all this money for the internet can't capable of actually be organized, and you want to say safe as the internet. And I'm like, well, I'm Commiso on the internet. I couldn't understand how you overreact over things, and then you can take in that we can hate each other. Like, you can teach kids all understand what hate is, but then you get mad at the simplest things, as not every kid is the same. You teach American kids to be different and be your own Americans. As to, it seems nowadays everybody dresses alike, and there's like only black and white cars on the roads, and we're so modern, it's like boring on the internet. And then it's like, well, you all told me that you're going to be on my computer as the law. And I'm like, well, you're going to be there no matter what, right? If you have to have some kind of more program to screw your veterans over on your computer or whatever. But the law's already on. You already, that's the thing, you know. We're just Americans, and you already pointed out the laws on the internet. And we're like, okay, we already get that. So that's why we don't understand how people still get screwed over with the internet. And I'm like, I'm an American citizen, and I served my country and flew all around the world, and I really had hardly any chance to explore the internet. And how do you know that I like this site? You know, because you get scammed and the site don't work anyways. So how, just because somebody sends me a site, how can you just determine right away that I like that site? But you do that anyways, and that's unfair. As you all know where the cool sites are to party in the world. So it's not my fault that the law's on the internet 24 hours a day as an American citizen, and claim that you can't even keep me safe as a veteran online. As where's all this bullshit hate come from? As we all grew up with Michael Jackson music in the world. Sometimes my mind and my speech doesn't work at the same speed. Feels like my mind works faster than how I speak. So I can't always get what I want to say out as a shy, quiet kid. So I was out here. So how can the law call you a name and bully you without getting you in trouble, while blackmailing you by public exposure and defrauding disabled combat veteran name online? So it's not my fault the law is using the internet to disgrace my name from their opinion to harm my reputation, while the law is allowing the internet to deceive you with scams, schemes, viruses, and by using false advertisement with pop-up ads. Yeah, like, it feels like the law is abusing their power by hacking and by scamming your computer with bad and out-of-date advertisement sites on purpose. But it is random, because not everyone computers get scammed and reported by bad and out-of-date pop-up ads sites. So if you are trying to do the right thing, the law uses the internet to entrap you with unreasonable, ancient information that has been on the internet since the internet was discovered. So when the law acts like, what is this, the internet? The law itself is out of date. So law will try to get you in trouble with no matter what. Then what is the purpose and the point of the law being on the internet, while allowing the internet to mislead you with fraud and deceiving out-of-date information online? Yet it feels like the law is cyber stalking you like a witch hunt, but only one person gets screwed by the whole world. Use the internet and the law itself. So the law is unreasonable by being dishonest with you, like the law has been on the internet a long time, for they be like do not know the internet by now. Does a disabled combat veteran back home have the right of privacy, while the law themselves is computer trespassing, during and also allowing invasion of my privacy, and evenly having cyber security? The law still is allowing my computer to get scammed and hacked. I feels like the law themselves are identity for all of you. The law on the internet is not even rational as damn. It is the 21st century social network where everyone is talking about everything and everyone can see everything. So damn, did the law even see the internet? It's like, how come the law can have privacy and have the right and not to talk about it, and don't have to give any information about themselves? But we as American heroes back home have to. Just because some people cannot write or does not understand every word, they still understand how people treat them. So if the law knows more than you, does not give them the right to take advantage of your with misleading you, deception, internet. Also, how can the law make a profit off of people private parts only to get mad at one person online as Americans? Maybe if law has a better education on the internet works, but then no one would get in trouble online. A joke from an American hero back home. Private law, a branch of law that concerns with private, 24 private parts, 24 hours a day online. So that is all they do, is look up private parts to get mad at one person as to, that is all people do online nowadays. What I would, nowadays, what a world we live in. That is why Michael Jackson did what he did. The world is online to each other, and damn how fast the world can turn on you in this world. And I'm an American hero back home online. They, as people in the world, feels like they don't even try anymore. What is love? What is friendship? And what is anything in the world anymore? It is your opinion, not a fact, to put down your American heroes back home. As to, they do not know what veterans means online, and to trust the law, but law does not even trust their American heroes back home as veterans. Everyone's lives is online for everyone to be in yours. I never get to be cool. At least I got to get tattooed Mona Lisa on my back. Also, don't say you miss your kitty cat as a veteran. They all look at you funny. It is that you do not have to prove yourself to anyone back home as veterans, but everyone has to prove themselves to veterans. Just feels like people get jealous of you as a wrestler on the wrestling team in high school, and as your veteran as being your American hero back home. It also feels everyone does forget about Commiso back home. You know that movie Click with Adam Sandler, where he fast forward his whole life to just be part of it. Then everyone back home expects you not to get upset. But like, damn, dude, to come back home for everyone is party out with a family of their own, married to all the girls I like, to just be left out of everything, feel back home. Then you are partying with celebrities without me. Feels like you all wanted me to stop making YouTube videos, so I won't be nothing back home. Good, Good thing no one knows what the internet is. Then the whole world knows what you do to your American heroes back home. I guess veterans back home are a burden forever right back home. I don't belong in here as everyone uses the internet and everyone in the world online. So attack in New York City, USA. So it feels like it is easy to get mad at your veterans back home while the whole world sees the whole world on the internet, the whole world online. When I was at war, I listened to music to block out war. Sometimes I feel like that back home. Also being on the internet, people be like click and block you from your own life online, and everyone else lives online, lives online. And look how much time we all lose being together. That is being a veteran back home. You know, everybody being mean to each other in the world, you lose the chance to actually really get to know each other and as people. So you all claim you all want to learn and be educated and have a good life and we just chill, but you all give up on each other as people. The military knew this was going to happen to me. The world knew this was going to happen to me. As the internet, I am still viewed as an American soldier online. The military did not just let me go knowing where I went at war. I wonder if they feel bad doing this and somehow messing up my holidays again. Still do not think this is not cool back home to do to a veteran. Meanwhile, they did not much fixing the internet by screwing my life back home as an American hero. People grow up too fast and forgets what it means to ride a bicycle or a bike or whatever for their first time. How can I write something new where it feels like everything has been said and every word has been used? Can you tell the law it's kind of hard to avoid naked people? The world is butt naked online. Rather, everyone back home is worrying about getting your American hero played back home online. That is why I'm really in here for. It's like everyone is asking if you are a real veteran online, just to get played back home as your American hero back home. So you all get that special birthday gift with more ladies. So it's like the law is monitoring nudity online, so the one is allowed to without getting in trouble. So the one is allowed to with. I'm dyslexic. I'm learning. I'll get into trouble as it feels like I'm the only veteran back home is getting played as the law gets played, as the law gets played to play the others online. Because they act like the internet came out yesterday. So everyone is like, what is nudity online? So you are the only one that gets played in the world online. Because nudity has been online since the internet started. As the people did not need the internet before to get naked. So my heart have gotten broken enough to say single with my kitty cat. So far it feels like no one can do one cool thing for me back home. How can the law be naked online for the whole world to see and not get in trouble and don't have to talk about it, but the whole world sees you too? It is the 21st century. That is the only thing people do nowadays. And what is the internet? That is all the internet is getting played. It's a getting played tool. And only you is allowed to get laid. Was not like that before. Welcome back home only to get played on the holidays just because you all want to give up as the world does not, whatever world on the holiday. What mean Not to be mean. Something like that. I'm in here to get played on the holidays because no one has game back home, as you all make me feel. So I look bad to get played, like being at a party. Feels like people don't want to fall in love no more. That is why they claim they want the jerk. Just feels like you're not being good friends to me back home online. Right? How hard is it to party with Commiso back home while everyone gets the girl at the party? And look where I am still as your American hero back home. So everyone knows how to party with each other, but veterans are left out. It's supposed to be American back home, America back home to put me in this room. At least I did not have to join a group outside to get a girl at the party as your American hero. You all have to hold me back home putting me in here. Isn't that how the world works online nowadays? But do I have to think that way? They all cannot keep adding to the cakes like they did doing. Since November 15, everyone in the world does not know who they are anymore because everyone online wants to be someone else. Back in the day, people was proud to be themselves, who they are as a person. We all born with the same size penis, but when we grow up to all be big dicks as grown-ups. If you all call that, then we forget what it means to be a real cool friend. Everyone in the world is ghetto, but there is no ghetto. Being in here is the meaning being a veteran back home online for the world to see. Pretty much everyone was making fun of me and bullying me all these months. I still don't deserve this. I still your American hero back home. I just want to get home and chill with my cat and hang with my dad again. I just want to live my life and chill back home. It should not be that hard for people to get along with each other in the world. Hope everyone is okay. I care about my family and friends. It'd be cool if my brother take me to a football game one day. It'd be cool to hang with the whole family. I guess the whole point I'm trying to say as a veteran, I won't mind if I am not the only one that does not get a girl at the party. I just want for my family to hang with me back home. I thought coming back home from war, my brother would hang with me all the time and my family. Feels like love guru back home. I hope everyone in the world, because of how nice I am, I hope everyone find love, and I'm left out all the time, so I'd rather be alone. I just thought everyone make me cool back home. Just feels like everyone went out of their way to make me look bad back home. The whole world knows I served my country, USA, online as Commiso. Feels like everyone in the world is getting on in the world online, and I'm not, but they are still all getting mad at me. Yeah, I think it sucks. Where everybody's getting on in the world and I'm not, and you still somehow get mad at me. You know, everyone beat me up to just get me in trouble and to make fun of me and to bully me and to make me uncool at a party back home. I deserve more respect than this. What the hell is wrong with everyone back home? Why is everyone making me go through this? I'm a freaking American hero back home. To put me in through hell back home. I thought everyone be happy to hang with me back home. I thought a lot of cool things would happen to me back home. This sucks. You can tell I'm a good guy. Feels like they did not even try to hang and party with me. The few parties I was invited to suck. Seemed everyone it was worrying to get laid than party with me. It's like when everyone got cool in high school, everyone forgot about Commiso. Feels like that as a veteran back home. That is why Dad tried to hang with me as veterans. As veterans, everything is our. It feels as everything's our fault as veterans as Commiso. Well, feel like I am never cool enough. Look how being back home is going so far. Yeah, I thought everyone would have made a big deal of being back home. Because what if I did not come back home from war? Everyone has to control everything about my life back home. I can't be anything back home. I thought my video was funny and cool. I'm the outcast of the world. I'm the one that tries the hardest in life for everyone to be like, whatever. I was like a shy kid in school, so I did not feel like cool enough to talk to the cool girl in school, or any girl. Even in the military, was still shy to talk to the military girls. Really, I am nervous around people. Now I am missing more of my years back home. I miss traveling. I was happiest when I was traveling, because back home everyone is super hard on me back home. My family knows I love them and care about them as a veteran. I miss it when everyone was proud of me and everyone says thank you for your service. Cheer up, you're still a veteran. I want to be on Saturday Night Live. That is why I make goofy YouTube videos. I wanted to be an actor since I was a kid. When veterans let out their feelings, that is when it feels like everyone gets mad at you. Hey, it is me, Commiso, back home from war. And everyone is like, brr. That is all people do, is find ways to get mad at each other. So imagine being a veteran at Lions Hospital, a VA hospital. They told me to write down everything. They get mad at you doing that. It feels like no matter what you do, everyone gets mad at you. I tried to laugh. They get mad at you. What it means to be a veteran, and they get mad at you. I tried to dance as a veteran. They get mad at you. They got so mad at you, I can't write right. I'm still here because they get mad at you. I tried to pet the kitty cat. They get mad at you. That is all people do in the world. Sit around and have nothing else better to do but get mad at you. So imagine veterans. Since I came back home from war, that is all people do, is get mad at you. See, I am going to try to lay down, and they are going to get mad at me. They party with celebrities without you, and they still get mad at you. So veterans confused, and they don't know what to do anymore, and they get mad at you. You try to fit in, and they get mad at you. You want to go home, they get mad at you. They are the ones that forget about you, but they still get mad at you. You try to find love, they get mad at you. You ask for batteries for the radio, and they get mad at you. I try to watch TV, and they get mad at you. See where I am going here as a veteran. I am going here as a veteran. They make you cry, and they get mad at you. You want milk and cookies, and they get mad at you. as a veteran. You could not tell why I was upset, brother. I wanted to hang with you more. You were supposed to be to make me cool back home, brother, and family and friends. I'm not even cool enough to party with back home. I'm a well-known American soldier online around the world, but back home seems like no one knows nothing about me. All the bad guys in the world knows that Commiso served his country, but damn, back home they seem to find a way to make you feel bad back home. I'm starting to feel how it feels to be a veteran back home. Friends don't treat each other like that, so why they treat veterans like that? I feel like I'm a good friend to people as your veteran. I'm not mean to anyone. I'm the white man. I just found out today that is a lot to take in. At least I know I am funny. At least I know I'm an American hero back home from war as your veteran. How did we live through the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s for people in the world to turn this way? I guess as your American hero back home, I don't expect anything from people. See, when I was in school, I was the shy Commiso in school. So everyone heard Commiso name through the whole school, and the other Commisos took advantage of my shyness to get the girls. I think the whole school did that. So that is why I'm like 39 without any love. I'm going to be alone the rest of my life. That's no fair. I want a girl. My cat better be okay. They had to lie again, so you all took my art tools last time. Come on now. Can I at least try it back home? Why is it the whole world so mean? Does that ever even make any sense? We all grew up with Michael Jackson music. Hope the family is okay. I may be in special education classes, but I could be smart too. So I say smart stuff sometimes. So I'm not sure if people listen to me or not. I wonder how long they're going to disrespect an American soldier online back home, online for the world to see. I still want to be an actor, make art, and go to college to learn more about outer space. Just because you decided to come up with a bad joke to make fun and to give up on Commiso back home. As Commiso, I'm the coolest guy in the world online, dude. And I am still the coolest guy in the world. I guess people are trying. I tried too as your veteran back home. It takes two forces to start a friction. I'm an artist, you know. I don't belong in here. What I was doing was buying Christmas gifts for the family to make it feel like Christmas again. I like it when the family was happy when Christmas comes around. Back in the day, it really felt like Christmas. I'm trying to get that feeling back home. Christmas is my favorite holiday. I cannot lose my personality. That is all I got in this world. And all people do back home is get mad at you. I can't believe back home. Because I'm Commiso. People don't think I can be anything in this world. The whole world knows what it is online 24 hours a day. Everyone sucks back home putting me through this back home from war as your American hero. I could have never made it back from war online. You all hurt my feelings back home. Don't say that as a veteran they all get mad at you, because it's this hard to help or do anything with Commiso back home. I stood back in first grade in Robin School. So really I was not supposed to meet a lot of the students I did. And I was not supposed to meet a lot of the girls I did. So I was not supposed to be with those girls. So I'm not sure who I was supposed to be with. I would have dated Mona Lisa. Nope, I would have been too shy. But hey, I would have been an artist back in the day, and so I would have met Mona Lisa and a lot of the artists. They took classified information from me after 9/11. You know what happened. New York City. Why do they allow them to yell in here like this? Well, my brother, you know. Does everyone see where I was at war? I could have been laying by somebody. I don't know. If the world was hacking the world, you know, that's all. I don't know what happened that morning, and I'm not trying to be something more than just Michael Commiso as a veteran, and I'm not trying to, you know, act like I was the only one that served the United States, if that's what people take it, because it feels like it's so easy for people to take each other the wrong way, and all the what we all went through as people, it should mean something, because not everybody's bad in the world. So it sucks that the law looks at the internet that everybody's bad in the world. And that's the conflict that starts that friction. And, you know, I don't want to get anybody in trouble if that's what you took me in. But, you know, I feel like, you know, if I was smart enough to serve my country after 9/11 and travel all around the world, then it shouldn't be that hard to go to college for anybody. You know, if the teachers have the time to actually sit there and teach you the subject. You know, there are good teachers in the world, and not everybody learns the same way, and teachers should understand that too. Everybody should understand that, and nobody should be bullied for who they are as a person. So it ain't my fault that it feels like I'm the one that's taking the blame of the internet, and billions of people over the years around the world was educated to chill on the internet. So, when I was playing the Publishing Clearinghouse, and one of the questions they asked me on Publishing Clearinghouse, what things that we should focus on as Americans, or what the government should focus on as to Americans, is education. You know, the more educated you are, the more you understand each other as people. But then you say, well, don't you think we had enough education for people to get along with each other as people? So, I don't know. You know, I feel like I'd be good on Saturday Night Live. You know, you all claim and sit there that you all support your veterans and everything, but somehow I feel like I get blamed for everything, even for the internet. And that's a lot of pressure, you know. You know, it's cool that when I was in school, I was a shy kid in school. So when people came up to me and talked to me, I didn't know I said anything cool when I talked to them in school. So I was nervous. I didn't have nothing cool to say in school. You know, I get nervous and I forget every goddamn word they taught me in English class. You're supposed to remember and to spell every word in the dictionary. Man, if somebody in the world can figure out how to spell every goddamn word in the dictionary, this world shouldn't be that bad. If you You know? So it sucks that you all took me the wrong way, where you all know, it seems like you're the one scamming me if you know what's going on my computer. Where I'm the one that bought the computer. I'm the one that pays for the internet. I should have some privacy as an American online. I think the law should be able to trust Americans for at least a little privacy online. So, it ain't my fault. The best thing you can do is welcome back home your veteran and sit on my computer and assume that's the wrong with the world. People assume the worst at each other as people in the world before they even get to know each other nowadays. And I figured, there's cool things to do on the internet. For you guys to act like the internet is some top secret tool in the world. So I'm trying my best, where it seems you all have to hack my computer to try to find information just to get me in trouble back home as a veteran. So in a way, you're breaking the law more than I am just by using the internet, where I feel like I don't like everything I see on the internet, to where it seems to me I'm just trying to be an artist like I was in school and see if I can be funny on Saturday Night Live. For some reason, I think Saturday Night Live needs me, because sometimes this world is getting too modern and serious. You all try to tell me you don't know what a joke is. You don't know how to joke around with each other in the world as people, and everybody be safe in the world. I understand being a father one day is a lot of responsibility, but for what I went through serving my country and being on the wrestling team and getting A's and B's in school, I feel like I could teach my own kids one day, and they'd be prepared for school back home as an American hero back home. And then you also try to see all the mistakes that people make, but you forget how many good things people do in the world. I feel like I did a lot in the world where, man, yeah, I get it. Not everybody gets that make it in the world thing, but I feel like I try the hardest in everything that I do as a veteran. But you put that pressure on, we're not capable of doing anything as a veteran, where I hardly can believe that people go out of the way just to screw your life over on purpose. That's not what I was as a friend. I feel like I was a good friend to the teachers. I was a good friend to the wrestling coach. And all the other wrestling teams. I feel like I was a good friend to the students. I was a really good battle buddy in the military. Somehow you all had fun with Michael Commiso in the world somehow. And I can say more good things than you all come up to find a way to act like I ain't good enough. And that's not the purpose of American law either. So I feel like I'm doing the right things, and I have a good personality, and it's easy for everybody to claim, everybody get upset, and then get upset when your veterans get upset. So I feel like talking to myself as a veteran. I'm going to be 40, and I feel like I should be something in this world, where you teach your kids that you can be anything in this world in school, but in the so-called real world, you teach your kids the only thing you're going to do in life is go to jail or prison or die on the streets. That's what you teach your kids from all around the world. But there's more to the world than just hating on each other as people in the world. I'm not like you. I'm not trying to give out false information. And if I'm not always correct in my YouTube videos, I feel like I'm close enough. They said there's this thing we said. They said the soldiers in the military had a saying, "That's good enough for government work." In the military, they joke. Sometimes you need a funny guy in the world because you don't know what it means to laugh in the world anymore. You go to the movie theater and you don't laugh at comedy anymore in the movie. So if people took me the wrong way, you just suck, and you never really got to know me as a veteran back home. That's another thing you lose. People lose knowing their veterans back home because either you feel intimidated by the veteran, or I don't know, or you're better than me, or I don't know. I can't read people's minds, but that's how I feel back home. I feel like the reason why veterans can't get home feeling is because people get jealous of the veterans. You know, I just took a chance and joined the military. And I don't regret joining them. I had the best time serving my country with my battle boy. Because I guess we all got drunk and we really didn't realize it was really going to war. Where was all teenagers and the 20s and young going and my first duty station. So by the time we got to war, I guess they all realized there was that war. But that's when Commiso made the YouTube video. I said, oh man, nobody's having fun traveling the world and having a Euro trip with my battle buddies. And we're at the club dancing and drinking. We went to war. If I didn't have to go back to war, I would have stayed in the military. So I am where I am, and I'm where I am what I am now because I'm Michael Commiso as a veteran, and I don't have the right answers all the time. I think people are always looking for the answers where what they say the answer's right there, but sometimes it's not. Times on the school test, they throw you off with one question on the test. you have some kind of rhythm answering the questions, and then they throw out this weird question on the test, and then you go, crap. That's how the world is. Is that that's a teacher trying to teach you the real world? You know, you can get A's and B's all you want, Commiso, but you're not going to figure out this question on the test. That's the real world. That's a lot of pressure on Commiso, you know. You know, being on the wrestling team was a lot of pressure for me because I had goofy glasses. I couldn't see. I don't know if anybody noticed when I was wrestling. When I took off my glasses, I couldn't see the wrestler until the wrestler was like right here. If anybody noticed. So, yeah. Thirsty, and I just wanted to pet you, and so I go eat. But I was blind, so the time I tried to capture the leg already passed me because I was blind on the wrestling team. And I think that's why I got, do you want to wrestle Commiso? Yeah, because you knew I had glasses and I was blind. And you took advantage of that because I wrestled all the way through Fisher School. I think, I don't know when I start wearing glasses in Fisher, but I got LASIK surgery, but I feel like my eyes needs more work. But, you know, that was a lot talk about as Commiso online, and you know, you already put each other in public as you all claim that you got private profiles online, and then you got people using your profile or your account. That sucks too. So how the hell you know? It's not my fault. You just sit there and wait for people to get in trouble as a free American law. No, I think the simplest subject by now online should be nudity, and everybody gets it on. What's that? We was taught in America it's cool to get it on, like get it on in America. That's American Pie. So I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm a virgin somehow because I was thinking about more in class. You was probably all thinking teenagers and you have to get laid in this classrooms before the senior year goes out. That's what they taught you in America. But I was in my own world in school. I was in my own world in school as Commiso. I was like, what's that show? I had a narrator that directed me through classrooms. Hey, Commiso, you better go this way down the hallway to prevent conflict or nervousness. And somehow I got to the classroom as a student like me. No. There were times I felt like I learned some cool things as the teacher taught me in school. And then sometimes I feel, well, you know, everybody's going on spring break in the senior year and going to Cancun or beach women, and they forgot to party with me in high school. I didn't get to have that. Well, I partied with the battle buddies. That was cool. I just felt like I should have saw more boobies in my life. And that's how honest I am. If I can be this honest, I feel that as an American citizen, the law has to be honest to you. You can't just come up with reason why to hate on one person on the internet because you had a bad day at court today. That sucks. I noticed that when going to court. I feel like the only reason why you all had a bad day, and that sucks. That vibe. You can't put that on people like that. You know, that sucks to where I could have got restrained around the world by assholes because they believe in some stupid shit on the internet as a veteran. For you guys to sit there and act like you never saw the internet before. So, I don't know how I took the responsibility to fix the internet back home. For you all to come down hard on me like that. So, I'm doing my best where I feel like I don't think my video I feel like I was going in the right direction on making videos online, and I felt like I was pretty funny and goofy at one point. And now I gotta get that goofiness back, and I just don't understand the world. So I don't know how deep this. I don't know what's how deep people gotta be to know they're people, right? We understand we're people. We get that. We understand human beings use the internet. We get that too. Or maybe we don't. Because apparently I'm the only one. I must be on Guinness World Record for the only one that knows there's people on the internet in the 21st century. That sucks. Apparently I'm the only one that knows there's people online. And apparently I'm the only one that gets pop-up sites. Apparently I'm the only one that gets scams on the holidays. And everybody acts like nobody knows how to have a good time at a party no more. And you lost. I am like the lighten up that's why like people, I would have lighten up everybody at the party, and then we all have a great giggles and then laugh at the party. But since we use the internet to take each other back, so I don't know if that made any sense. But what I said online towards the veterans and towards myself made more sense than what they wrote about the American heroes online, tried just to screw them over by billions of naked people being online 24 hours a day. So, I'm just Michael Commiso in the world. I felt like serving the country was a really cool thing to do. I apologize if I was the goofy guy with glasses on the wrestling team. Yeah, but I still wrestle so hard to try to win for the wrestling team. They beat me up and slammed me down on the mat. Then somehow they choked me out too. I remember my coach saying they're trying to break your back, Commiso, and I think they broke my back, and I have a hernia too. No matter what I do, they always got something to say, and they always gotta beat me up on the wrestling mat too. I'm like, hey, I just want to eat some food. Because they told me to make weight the next day. Commiso, and I didn't eat anything that night to make weight. So I pinged you really fast because I was hungry and wanted Gatorade at the wrestling match. So I pinged you really fast, and I think some of the wrestlers got mad when I pinged you fast, and now you try to ping me fast too. But my coach said, don't do that. Yeah, and then I lost the feeling of being on the wrestling team. As we got older, people were going to college, and then I felt like you forgot about me, that I was on the wrestling team. Cause I was tired and had hormones, and I was just like, I already wrestled this guy before. And I'm like, I'm tired. You all beat me up. My jaw locks up because how many times I've been slammed on the wrestling mat. And I got hit in the head a lot. So I'm sorry if I sound like Rocky sometimes. I am a speech impediment, special educated student on the wrestling team. And they all got something to say to me. I try to block out everything when I get on the wrestling mat. But it's hard when everybody's screaming at me, and I was blind like a bat. I heard Commiso over here, I heard Commiso over there. I don't know. I guess I decided to zone. I think I zoned out when I was on the wrestling mat. I zoned out. I was like, I knew where to go. I knew where to wrestle. Eventually, the coach basically teach you all the wrestling, whatever moves. But I didn't feel comfortable doing the harder moves on the wrestling team yet. I felt like if I tried to do the harder move, I mess it up somehow. And so I guess I felt like, I don't know. I think it was just to teenagers, hormones in the high school, and you get all these distractions on the wrestling team. And at one point, I felt like motivated being on the wrestling team. Everybody was doing good on the wrestling team, and I felt at one point everybody liked each other on the wrestling team. And then you all come up with this breakfast club teenager hormones conflict in high school, and I couldn't keep it up in the senior year on the wrestling team. Everybody was getting bigger, so time I got to the senior year, they're all I wrestled a giant. I said, this guy's not 160. If this guy's 160, there's something wrong. So, I'm sorry, but I'm just a veteran. And I'm doing my best where I'm just a veteran. Sorry I didn't get enough singing in the theater world, but it's close something to this. You're gonna, if ever when this, you gotta go to the theater to see whatever was going on in the theater in school, and so we all like pretty much the teachers lined us up to go to the theater to see whatever was on the stage. Sometimes I felt like going on the stage and doing something. But then I'm like, it was cool. I think that was the break. If any student complains going to the theater, that's like a break from the classroom. You're like, oh, I could sit with my friends in the theater in school and see, and then we all just sit there and watch whatever heck they were doing. Sometimes, you know, that it was like not kung fu fighting, it's called a dance fighting. So at one point we went to it's auditorium. I guess they don't know what theater is as people. A school auditorium, and there was these dudes that did like a break dance. They beat each other up. I forgot what it was. And then they said, who wants to come up and try these sushi in the auditorium? Because they, whatever they was doing, whatever that was. I said, all right, I guess so, sushi. And there was a time when I was on stage. I felt shy when I was on stage. Because you're all just staring at me when I was on stage, and it made me uncomfortable. I said, oh shit, everybody in school was staring at me because I was on stage. So I don't know much. I was like, no. You try to be the cool kid when they try to send you on the stage, like lean on you. But I was just Commiso, so, you know, yeah, I think that's the number one thing that people try to do as a school, as a student, is try to be the cool kid. And I don't know how many opportunities you have, but, you know, if you're cool with yourself as a person, then you're cool with yourself as a person. And that's the meaning of life. And I don't know if that's right. So, I don't know how much time I have, because apparently I don't have enough memory on my laptop to make a long YouTube video. I don't know what happened to the last. I had more things to say. So I have to pace myself as a shy, quiet kid, because I really understand my kitty cat more than I understand people, to where we are capable by now to learn how to get along and have world peace in the world, where, man, I wish we could bring back the time where you actually feel Christmas time in the 80s and the 90s. I felt like my parents and my family made it feel like Christmas at the time, and I think I missed that time in my life. So I'm trying to be cheerful. On top of, Commiso realized she's got feelings too. But I don't want my feelings to get away of whatever this is. So. So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just decided to make YouTube videos because it's the channel. Oh yeah, it's a channel now. Did you know YouTube is a channel now? It's in the name, YouTube. So I feel like my channel is YouTube. It's just me, man. That's all. And that's how easy you can party with Commiso. But you have that, like, I don't know. Because I'm going to be 40 and I feel like you all lost the chance to party with. Man, I was the shy, goofy guy that served my country after 9/11. And I'm back home now. So this is your disabled combat veteran after 9/11. Michael Commiso and the Battle Buddy online. And I guess eventually everybody has to take the math class and science class. In college and high school, you have to take some type of science and some type of math. And they try to explain why you need that in the real life, real world. And you realize sometimes it feels good to answer the question right. And I guess I even said, I can't believe I got an A in this class. And I got a learning disability. And I felt like, well, I understood the teacher. The science, I try to find out what stars are. I know what stars. It's like a lot hard to explain. So I like looking in outer space. And when I think I was in either Antile School or Fisher, they sent us and train with the, you know, that space globe bulb. If you sit in a dark room, an auditorium, and they show you the stars and space and moon, that's when I felt interesting. I felt, I don't know how the other kids felt, but when they take us to field trips, I went on a lot of field trips because I was a nice student. And so when they took me to a space ball thing and training, I thought it was cool to see the shooting stars and the moon and all the other stuff or whatever. It felt like I felt like I was in outer space, and now the technology is advancing so much that you can actually take a telescope and put it in an auditorium, and the whole auditorium can see that telescope, and you can actually see a shooting star from that telescope and make it feel like that star is right there when you're sitting there in the auditorium. And that's one cool thing you could do for kids in the future in school. Our technology is supposed to teach, and so we can learn a better way to get along with each other as people, where I thought we was already there. I don't know, I feel like everybody was happy to get that Talk Boy or 2XL or Pokemon cards, or my favorite 80s shows as a child was Alf. Anybody that doesn't like the show Alf, there's something wrong with it. And it was like the TV was trying to tell you the world is not that bad, and everybody is chilling on that television show as Boy Meets World and Family Matters, and everybody is capable of making something out of themselves as people in the world. But then you all come up with this hate, and I don't understand that at all. So I don't know how cool you have to be in school or how cool you got to be at the party. But, you know, don't forget about Commiso back home. So that's all I wrote. This is your disabled combat veteran after Michael Commiso and the Battle Buddies online. And I hope all my battle buddies are doing okay so far. Maybe not every not every veteran gets the chance of getting that welcome back home feeling where, damn dude, you're kind of hard on me on how simple the subjects there are on the internet to discuss online. Right? I don't know how hard the subjects are on the internet, but I don't know. I guess I never got the chance of the college feeling. I got the training part, the military, but I never got. I guess they're bigger words you have to learn when you go to college. My words was not enough to explain whatever this is, as the world is supposed to be like chilling, you know? If you all know what it takes to not and for everybody to chill, then how hard is it to keep the internet safe? For where I'm like, you actually believe that I'm like the bad thing online as a Commiso online? I think a lot of people may have learned something from me from over the years, over YouTube videos. Alright, that's all I have to say. This is a disabled combat veteran after 9/11. Michael Commiso and the battle buddies online. And I hope everybody's just chilling in the world. You know, that's all.